Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for BoardGameGeek, and I'm sitting here with also Beth Erickson. So we've got double Beth this morning from Z-Man, and you've brought us Pandemic Rapid Response.
Yes. So are you familiar with Pandemic at all?
Exceedingly.
Yep. So this game is set in the same world as Pandemic, but it is a totally different mechanic. So in it, you are members of the Crisis Response Unit, the crew, and a lot of cities, natural disasters have struck. There are floods, there are earthquakes, and a lot of cities need emergency aid. So you are in a specially equipped cargo plane, and you're flying around the world trying to give aid. The thing is, it's all in real time. So you've got to be quick. So
hence the rapid.
Yeah, so you got to respond very rapidly. So the way that it works is we will all have a character card. We have unique roles in these. There's a total of 7, and they each have unique abilities. And they are also each from a different country, representing the best of the best from around the world. So on your turn, everyone has their own set of dice. It is actually a turn-based real-time game. A little weird, I know. So on your turn, you will roll your dice. So if I rolled these, I could see what I got. Yep, and each die has one of these symbols on them. There are supply rooms on the plane that match the dice. And what you're doing is you're trying to move around the plane, create the supplies, and then deliver them.
Right, so I'm just kind of floating my dice here in the middle of no room just so we can see all my dice space.
Yep. So right now we have Lagos and Delhi out, and looks like Lagos needs 2 supply crates of food, 1 of power, and 1 of water. So the way that we could do this is let's see, I'm the green player. I start in the power room. I actually might want to go and get started on the food production. So if I wanted to move in the plane, I would spend any die symbol. I would put it on my roll card.
Yeah, I'm just going to also move that to kind of no man's land between rooms here.
Yep, so you put a spent die in your roll card, and then I'm able to move from one room to the next room. So then I'm in the food room. I do have 1 food die, so I can place that on the board right there. However, I only have another one right there, and this needs a grouping of 2. So I have only done 1 roll of dice. So what I can do is you get kind of Yahtzee rules you can re-roll.
Yep.
So I would want to roll these, see what I got. Oh,
so you did get it.
Yep. So then I could take these 2, and I could put them right there.
Which is getting us towards what we wanted for Lagos.
Exactly. So there's 1 supply crate right there. We do need 2, so probably I would want to keep going for the 3. Maybe on my turn I roll this, doesn't do too much, but I know that in order to deliver, we're going to have to move the plane to Lagos. The plane die, the plane symbol on the die will let you move the plane in either direction. So I would probably want to spend that.
Being that we have to get over here.
Yep, yep. So then maybe on your turn, you could also then move into the food room, and maybe you end up rolling those guys, so that goes there. We have a full track. It looks like we'd be able to get 3 crates. Now, how do you get those supply crates? When you're in the room, your pawn is in the room. If the track is full, or at any point that you would like to get crates.
Yeah, cash it out, essentially.
Yeah, you activate the room. So when you activate the room, to say, I'm going to activate the room, and then you take the dice. You see which ones you have. This one we would get 3 food crates, and those move down to the cargo bay. Now, when you have machinery running, you have a bit of waste you got to clean up. So what you do is you would roll all the dice
that you just swept,
that you just pulled off. Anything with a circle around it creates waste.
Ah.
So this was a very bad roll.
Yes, it was.
Not be great for us. But so this would produce 4 things of waste. Down here's the waste track in the recycling room.
Oh dear.
So we would go down to 4. Now, if you ever reach the end of the track, you immediately lose. Normally in the game, also time would be running. Obviously, if time runs out, you lose. You start with 3 time tokens, and if you ever the sand timer runs out, pause the game. You will lose a time token, you flip it over. Also, when you do that, you would end up flipping a new city card. In this case, it would be Hong Kong, which is down here. And that lets you know the next city that needs aid and what they would need.
And I like that you kind of park these in front of the city, so it's very clear to you where the plane needs to go.
Yeah, and you can change direction at any point. If maybe one pops up and you actually have those crates in the cargo hold, then you can be like, let's go deliver to that one. Yeah, because each time you deliver to a city, say we get to Lagos, and if we have the food crates, say we had the power, and we also had the water, then if someone is, let's say you get down, you move 2 rooms, you're down in the cargo hold. If on your turn you have the plane die has to be there, or if another player had left a plane die for you, then you can see, okay, plane is at Lagos. We have the supplies that they need.
Making a delivery.
I'm going to make a delivery. You drop those crates. The ones, so actually 1 food would stay.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's right, because we had 1 extra.
Yep, and then those just go back to their supply rooms. Lagos goes away, and then we would actually get a new time token, those over there. But for the sake of ease, I will put this one back. And that's how you get more time in the game. So each delivery you make gives you a bit more time to keep the game going, deliver the supplies. You win the game if you can deliver supplies to all the cities. On easy mode, it's just 5. We recommend starting there. But as you play more, then you can up the difficulty by adding additional cities. And then there are also crisis cards, and crisis cards will get mixed into the deck, and those are additional goals that you have to complete before you can do your deliveries to a city. So those are also very challenging. I'm sure people will get there eventually, but I would say that's expert mode. I haven't done it yet.
Now, is there any way to mitigate some of that waste?
Yes, so the way that you mitigate the waste is same thing, you always have to be in the room that you are interacting with. So let's say maybe the red player, they move over there. It's the same kind of thing on the board. You see that there's space for dice, except here it is non-matching dice. So you would want to put the different symbols in there, and then once you get to those, you can remove 1 waste, remove 2, remove 4. So someone should probably be in there kind of helping out, but you can always move around the plane spending any die symbol. So some people are real quick at moving, and actually I believe it is Rohan, I believe, is the one who his special ability lets him move an additional room, so he can really quickly zip around and help out fixing things. This ability actually lets me move the plane 1 additional city because he's a flight planner. So there are abilities that can also really tie into what you're doing.
Right, yeah. Now, obviously, the time bit is a little variable because it's dependent on how many successful city deliveries you have, but how long do you think an average game would take, knowing that this is a mostly timed game?
Yeah, so if you're just on easy mode, it's only 20 minutes. This is just a 2-minute stand timer. So it's super quick. We recommend the first time you're playing, if you maybe want to get a feel for it with your friends, do an untimed round.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see how it goes, and then you flip the timer and you get going. Yep.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, this is Pandemic Rapid Response, which is being published by Z-Man and Sarah. Beth, thank you so much.
Yeah.